Heartworm pill.
All right. Oh, wrong dog. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was a horrible, almost mistake. Good boy, I love Buddy. That was almost a bad mistake that Daddy made, wasn't it? Hold on, I'm getting yours. Did y'all see what I almost did? This is actually day 4 of Buddy's heartworm treatments. Yes, sir. So there's no wonder why he's being, you know, quite lazy, middle of the day. But this girl, sweetie, you have no excuse to be here in Daddy's lap. You have no excuse to be up in Daddy's lap. And that there, it's just the middle of the day nap, y'all. It's the middle of the day nap that everybody wants on occasion. Everybody needs a good midday nap every once in a while. Darn it, what time? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I should be out doing chores. Instead, I'm sitting here loving on these babies. Trixie, why are you making that face at me? You look like you've just woken up after a drunken stump and you don't know who you're laying beside. Not that I would know that face. Not that I would know that face. No. Folks, Lester here, hanging out with Trixie, Buddy, and the gang. And I'm going to tell you now, we're going to have issues today with the wind. Ooh, come on. We're going to have issues today with audio because of wind. I don't have the fancy little sock hookup attachment. So get ready for a video with some music. Neat video. We'll find some neat video. But guys, like, you don't want to sit here and struggle through all the wind noise. I don't want to have to sit here and struggle through the wind noise either. So I'm going to record our daily happenings. But just enjoy. I'll try to find some good music, y'all. You know, some of Jason at Cog Hill, some of his best videos are the ones where he talks less, shows more video, less FaceTime, with good old bluegrass music. How come the comments here will say how much you know, I guess you just get used to my dialogue. Maybe you just missed my dialogue. We will do all that we can. I will video all that I can. I'll put it that way. I'll video all I can. But when I start sitting down to edit this thing, if I just cannot hardly hear myself because of wind noise, I'm going to mute it. Nothing has changed over here, friends. We're still waiting on that girl to hatch some babies. I don't see anything happening there. Pablo and Adam and Steve are playing hide and seek. And this is how dumb Pablo is. Adam or Steve was hiding right under him and he had no idea. Pablo! Sheesh, Pablo! Oh my gosh, Adam or Steve is hiding really good. And Pablo is so upset now that he could not find Adam or Steve for anything. Yep, that's our ducks. I'm embarrassed. I had to come back in and put on more clothes. And I chose just to put on the my coveralls. It's cold out here. It's not, if the sun were out, and so it's partly cloudy. The sun will come and go, come and go, come and go. And I was on the tractor doing some work, and I said, I need more clothes on. And so I went and put more clothes on. And now I feel a lot better. So yesterday, me and Ellie came out and got all the pastures raked. Got new fresh hay all set out. And all that is good. Well, we're going to try to burn this string off if I could. I would like to have burnt all that string off if I could. I can't reach it though. I have an idea. Somebody was saying, this is in the comments. People say whatever in the comments. So, but no, someone was saying that, Lester, as much as you talk about Adam and Steve and Pablo being gay, must be that you have a problem with it. Seems like you have an obvious problem with them being gay. Because as much as I talk about it, instead of just ignoring it. And I'm actually kind of thinking like, wait, because of the fact that I talk about it and I don't try to like sweep it under the rug and turn, look the other way, wouldn't that be more about me being okay with it? Isn't that more okay? Because people that are not okay with something either lash out against it or act like it doesn't happen. Act like it's not happening. All right, we got the hay all piled up good, and we're gonna see if we can burn a little bit of it off. Now this hay, turn this off. So you know that this hay here will smolder for a week. That's the beauty. Now you hate the fact that you have all this dirt in it, but all that will decompose back into the soil. But the hay itself will smolder for a week. I may have to come back out and churn it up a couple of times with the tractor, but we'll just keep burning this thing all week long. As long as it doesn't rain, it'll just burn and burn, and we'll just continue to put a smoke barrier really into the air. Now, of course, right now the wind's blowing in the direction of my dad's house, so his goats and cows will benefit a lot more than mine will, unfortunately. But you know what? That is what family's for. Yeah, I just had to bring a package from my place all the way over to Mom and Dad's. And guess who it's for? Brienne. And guess what it is? Another e-bike. This is ridiculous. I would say from all the channels that I watch, Brienne is by far the queen of the e-bike sponsorship. E-bikes. Now listen to me. You all know about the mishap that I had with the one that I opened accidentally. I tell you what I did. I made sure that I read the packing instructions on that one, and it was not addressed to me. Look at this woman. So if one is not enough, then we got two. That's one, then two. How many? And now we have the third. How many e-bikes does a 25-year-old need who lives in the country, who is at least 20 miles from the nearest Walmart or Target? All right, listen, I hate to say this, but I think you're out of control. 3 e-bikes, and now 2 large chicken coops, and you have a cow living on your back porch. And there's a cow living on your back porch.
Steps to overcoming an addiction.
So where you don't even realize there's a problem, at first you have to learn, you have to admit there's an issue, and then you can find help.
I might have something that everyone else thinks is an issue.
No, I see the...
It's not an issue to me.
No, I'm actually jealous of all the e-bikes. I'm gonna see if I can find me another one now.
You're gonna be really jealous.
I want a crusher like you got.
You're gonna be really jealous.
Of what?
Because I have those 2. The one over there in the box.
Yeah.
Hemingway has asked me to do another one for their new line coming out.
I already said you're the queen of the e-bike sponsorship. How'd that happen? Why? Why you?
And Foo Care is going to send me another bike when their new line comes out. And next week I'll be getting a scooter, a sit-down scooter.
Okay, so my question is, what are you gonna do with all these e-bikes sitting around?
Everyone's getting an e-bike for Christmas. Everyone's getting an e-bike for Christmas.
Y'all need to settle down. Don't run up on me, Jolene. If you run up on me and end up sticking me, it's gonna hurt. Sweetie, Daddy does love you, but we're gonna walk out to the troughs, okay? Just like every day. Don't start doing what Pearl does. Don't do what Pearl does. Pearl's your mama. Pearl is your mama. Don't do like your mama. Try to knock the feet out of my hands because you're so hungry. You are gonna do that, aren't you? She is so hungry, Waylon. She wants to knock the feet out of my hands. Here, baby, here. There you go. All right, Waylon, we're gonna feed you over here. Waylon, come eat over here. One of y'all come eat over here. Okay, Jolene, come eat over here, love. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Alfred looks very ratchet. He just looks horrible. So, not weight-wise. Look, Alfred is caught up in size to his siblings. So that's Alfred's brother or sister right there. And you can see that they're the same size. But if it wasn't bad enough that Alfred had some vision issues and a beak issue, now it appears as though Alfred also has something to do with just looking homeless. He just looks ratchet, guys. That's the word that I learned from my middle school students. I don't know what it means, but they say you look ratchet, which means you just don't look your best today. And Alfred has been looking very ratchet lately. Now this turkey over here is nice and groomed. Of course, Cornholio's always super handsomely groomed. And Alfred just looks horrible. Alfred, I'm sorry. I do love you. It's nothing about that. I don't judge Alfred based on looks. Everyone already knows that. Alfred, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, Alfred. I said I'm sorry, Alfred. I apologized. Sheesh. All right, so our little freeze has come and gone. I say little freeze, it was very unseasonable. Oh. It was very unseasonable, but it has come and gone. And so Jamie will not be able to come to the Island Survivor property for a couple of days. So I'm going to go ahead and take all this up for her, clean up whatever I can. She has everything stapled down, nailed down, bucketed down. And that little pig that we had gotten when Lola passed has been broken somehow. That might have been from Buddy. Trudy, I'm working, sweetie. You see me working here. All right, so for the most part, we have all of the cover. We took all the hay and piled it up here. And I think the rest of that hay is going to be fine. Jamie may want to come out and pick it all out if she chooses to. But I think most things lived. Believe it or not, I think most things survived, even despite Buddy and his foolery. These don't look very well in here. But they don't look good at all, actually. And those look frostbitten. So these tomatoes or whatever, cucumbers, whatever those are, may die. But for the most part, I think she'll have a lot of things live by taking the precautions that she did. Well, I got all my buckets back. Now to put them where they belong. Everybody cannot get enough of how nice the feed room looks. Now that all of my buckets are back where they belong. Lester, though, has an issue. They're not color coordinated. They're not color coordinated. And that's going to drive me crazy.
Many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her and soon they two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. For my daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother to the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. My father's wife then had a son who kept him on the run, and he became my grandchild 'cause he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. If my wife is my grandmother, then I am her grandchild, and every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild.
This has got to be the strangest thing I ever saw.
As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Everybody! I'm my own grandpa. It's a funny idea.